Hello everybody. Today we are going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm Chef Rob. Thank you for watching. We're going to make a slow cooker corned beef and cabbage soup. And it has some potatoes, some carrots, some celery, good vegetables for you. So this is going to take a while to cook, but it really just cooks down the corned beef, makes it really nice and tender. So the first thing let's do, take our slow cooker. Let's turn this on. Now if you want to cook it quicker, you got to turn it on to the high. If you want to, you got a lot of time, you're leaving for work in the morning, you want it done for when you get home, put it on low. Okay, so I am just going to put in some chicken broth, 4 cups of chicken broth right in here. Get all your liquids right in here first. And then you want 1 12-ounce either can or bottle of beer. Any kind that you like, just pour it right in here. Okay, and it really does help with the corned beef, cooking it and the flavor in it. Okay, so we have our chicken broth and we have some beer in there. I'm going to take 1.5 pounds of corned beef. I'm just going to cut it into chunks, so that way cutting it smaller, it will be nice and tender quicker. So I'm just going to take this piece right here and just cut right through it. And when this comes out, it's going to shred and be nice and tender. That is perfect. We want about 1.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. Yukon Gold potatoes are like made with butter in them. They're nature's buttered potatoes. They're so good. Love doing them. Just finished doing a Yukon Gold potato and leek soup at many of my classes. So I'm just going to cut these up right here. I'm going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And it's going to go right into the broth, the corned beef, the beer. And whatever size you like it, but make sure it will fit on the spoon nicely. And it's nice and easy to eat and enjoy. Check out some of my videos. I have some that have Irish soda bread on it. I made them last year. I also have Irish soda bread muffins as well. They are really delicious and they would go perfect with this soup on St. Patrick's Day. So a few more potatoes. Again, you want it to be about 1.5 pounds. Okay, and our last potato. Then we're going to put in 2 medium-sized carrots. Medium to large, I would say. If you like more carrots, put them in. Okay, it's all the way you like it. This is soup. It's not a baked good, so you can make it any way you want. So we're just going to peel these carrots, dice these up, put them right into the pot. So easy when everything goes into one pot. I hope you all have a great St. Patrick's Day. Can't believe it's here already. So I like to cut the carrots right in half, cut them down the middle, and then they kind of lay flat. And then cut them in a few strips, just like that. Twist it, and just give it a nice dice. Do that with both carrots, and add them right into the mix. You don't have to peel the carrots if you don't want, but if you don't, just make sure you give them a good scrub on the outside. I do like to peel my carrots though. Okay, just finish up these carrots right here. So this is about 2 medium, maybe a little bit bigger than medium carrots. Perfect. We want 2 stalks of celery. Just want to give it a nice dice to it. Make sure you wash them really good. Anything that's maybe a little bad, just cut right off the end. Always wrap your celery in some aluminum foil. Don't wash it first when you get it home from the supermarket. After you get it home, take it out of the plastic wrap, wrap it in aluminum foil, and it will stay fresh up to 4 weeks at least. It will be really, really good. So this can go right in. Then we are going to start on 1 onion. I want a medium-sized onion, so this one would be perfect. Just take these little ends here right off. And you're just going to peel it and dice it and add it right into the soup. Now always wait for like the week before St. Patrick's Day and you'll start seeing the corned beef really cheap. You will see the cabbage go on sale, the carrots, everything. Okay, so keep an eye out for those sales. Just giving this a nice dice. Right through just like that. I go almost all the way through, but you want to keep the onion intact so that way it is easy to cut. And what's really good about these cutting boards, they're flexible, so you could just take it and just scoop everything right in here. Okay, then we have our cabbage. I got 1 small head of green cabbage. I just want to quarter it and shred it. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Take that little core right out. After we are done putting all our ingredients in here, we're going to put the lid on it and let that cover and just simmer until it really cooks all the way through. So I'm going to cut this into 3, okay, and then it's a little easier to kind of cut if you kind of shred it just like this. So into thirds it will be so much easier. And then to make it a little easier to eat, just give it another little twist just like that. Pop that right in here. And do that with the remaining cabbage. And then we have to put a bay leaf in. Bay leaf or 2, close to that. And a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, the end of our green cabbage. Just rough chop just like that. We want to put in a little bit of salt and pepper and the bay leaf. Now if you're cooking this on high, it's going to take about 3 to 4 hours. If you're cooking it on low, it could take 7 to 8 hours. Okay, so just be prepared for it. And then at the end, just taste it for the seasoning. You're going to remove the bay leaf at the end. You're going to serve it warm. And if you like to put a little fresh parsley on top, that would be great. You always want to make sure that you get everything down in the liquid. As soon as it starts cooking, it will just kind of take it down. But I like to kind of just push this down just like that. And we will check back here in about 7 to 8 hours because I have it on low. Leave in for a while, then we'll come back and see how this is doing. I'm going to put the lid on here right now. This, when it's done, will feed 6 to 8 people. Okay, this is a nice size crock pot, nice large size, so make sure you have a nice large one if you're making the full amount. Okay, so we'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. Many hours of this cooking. Let's check on it. Now the meat should be nice and tender and should be ready to break apart. Oh yes, look at that, ready to fall apart. It's very hot, so be very careful. And then you can either let it cool a little bit and then just kind of break little pieces off. You could chop it and just have it go throughout the soup. You will love this soup. This is really good. Makes St. Patrick's Day so easy. There it is. And then I'm going to show you this where you can also take it and it just kind of shreds apart from the hours of it cooking. Okay. Really good corned beef. Okay, and always, like I said, wait until the week of St. Patrick's Day. That way you can get the corned beef very, very cheap. You can get the potatoes, the carrots, the cabbage, all of that. Always on sale. But I do suggest, like, between raisins and caraway, buttermilk, buy that in the beginning of the month because it can be out by the time you get to it. So I am just going to put this back down into the broth right here. If you feel like you need a little more vegetable or chicken broth, just add it to it. But this is exactly the way it should look. Get some carrots up in here. This is great. So I hope you will enjoy this. I hope you'll make it with your family. And thank you again for always watching. Happy St. Patrick's Day.